Ooh, it's a little crooked. Hold on. Because what if it goes off the Wi-Fi, whatever. All right, a gute Woche. Today's Daf Nun Beis. We're holding by the Mishnah. Today is basically a Agadita compared to tomorrow's Daf. All right, Zok the Mishnah. Tinoike sheviu shtei sarois. Once a girl has simonim, so she's a g'dayla. Oy chiletzes, oy misyabemes, so therefore she can perform all the deraisa mitzvahs that have to do with gadlus. She can do chalitza and yibu. V'chayeves b'chol ha-mitzvahs hamuris b'Torah. And therefore she's chayev in everything. V'chein tinoik shehevi shtei sarois, a boy who brought simonim chayev b'chol mitzvahs hamuris b'Torah. V'ro'ui liois ben sarir u'moira. And therefore he can be a ben sarir u'moira. Mishiyovish teisaris ad shiyakiv zokon, until he has a beard. Says the Mishnah, Hatachtoin v'lo elyon. We're talking about lower simonim. El shedibru chachamim b'lashon nekiyah. The Mishnah calls it zokon. That's what they called it, but it was lashon nekiyah. Tinoike she'evio. So you see the concept that it's better to refrain from saying words that are a little bit off, and if you can use a cleaner lashon, it's better. Tinoike shehivia shtei sa'aros, unless it hurts the pshat, you don't understand the pshat, but otherwise, if it's understood to everybody, it's better. Tinoike shehivia shtei sa'aros eino yichol l'mayr. Once, and we had this many times, once a girl has simonim, she can no longer do miyun. What's miyun? Miyun is when she's only married the Rabbanon, her mother or her brothers married her off. If her father married off, then it's Doiraisa. Her father died, so Memela, her mother and her brothers marry off. At any given time, she says, I don't want to be married, she's out. That means that she agreed to marry this guy, because if she didn't agree to marry the guy, then she wouldn't be married even for a second. She could only perform miyun if she's a ktana, according to this man the Omer. We're going to see an amazing sheet in the Gemara that you can perform miyun forever. Rabbi Yehuda Omer ad sheyir b'hashachar. So he's mechulek, and he says no. A girl could perform miyun all the way until there's a majority of black. In other words, shtei sa'iris is not enough. You have to be much older than that. Up until that age, you could do miyun. Says the Gemara, v'kiv, and this is not chayeves b'chol mitzvahs hamuris b'Torah. Once it tells me that she's obligated in all the mitzvahs, isn't chalitza and yibum part of the mitzvahs in the Torah? Says the Gemara, it says in the pasuk, the Torah is referring to a man. It doesn't mention anything about a isha. I would think that a woman, even if she's a ktana, she can perform chalitza. Komash malon, the aitzi shtei saris in iloi loi. She can only perform chalitza if she has simonim. Yibum is even when she's a ktana. My timer. But what is the reason? At the end of the day, when the Torah doesn't say isha, so maybe even a ktana should be able to do chalitza. Isha ki ish, because at the end of the day, in that pasuk it says also yivimtoi. It says es yivimtoi. Yivimtoi is a isha. So there's a. I think that was the, unless you have some other pshat. We had before ish and isha in l'chol ha'inchim Shabbat Torah, but I think there's a pasuk. I think this is the pasuk that they bring down as a source for the hekesh between a isha and a ish. Unless there's a better, maybe, because I don't see a isha here. Let's see. No. Fine. If the boy also, he's just like a girl, and we have a hekesh between a girl and a boy. So why does it tell me that once he has simonim, he's chayiv in all the mitzvahs in the Torah? Maybe it's coming to tell us this chiddush. Sorry, Moira. It's a Mefurish Mishnah in Sanhedrin. that goes through this exact thing step by step. Mishiyavish de Cyrus, Vachi Yaakov Zokon, Hatachtim Elo Elyon. It even says in that mission, this whole drasha that El Shadibri Chacham V'Lashon Nekiya. So then, what's the point of the arichas in our Mishnah about a katan? Erchanami Elo Aidi the Parish Milad Tinoikes, Come Parish Nami Milad Tinoik. Okay, Tinoikes we said is a big chiddush because I would think that it doesn't say Isha. So that's the chiddush. Once I already go into detail about a girl, so I go into detail about a boy. Tinoikes Shevia. Omer Babo, Omer Belazar, Halacha Kireb Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda is the one that says that a girl could be mimayin at Sheyir behashachar. The halacha is like Rabbi Yehuda. Umoide Rabbi Yehuda, Shim Nivalo, Lachar Shevia Shtei Sa'aros, Shuv Eino Yechoy L'Mayim. Says Rabbi Yehuda, if this young girl, she's already not young anymore, she's already a G'doy Halacha because she has Simonim, and she was with her husband, so that's it. Even Rabbi Yehuda agrees that it's all over. You can't do miyun anymore. Why? Because once he's with her, the first Mishnah in Kiddushin is you could be kind of a woman, b'kesev, b'shtar, b'biyah. One of the ways is b'biyah. Now, there's a big machlokes. Not every man, 99.9% of the people, when they're with their wives, they're not being kind to her with biyah because they don't have a kavanah to be kind to her. Because they know they got married 10 years before, and that was the Kiddushin back then. Nevertheless, Rabbi Yehuda says that this man is going to think about it. Maybe he knows the halacha, he knows that she's a ktana, and as soon as she becomes a gdoila, he thinks about it.
Does she not have to agree that the beer is correct?
Let's say yes. Let's just, for argument's sake. So she's also...
No, because the next morning she tells
No, beer you don't need anything. I don't need anything.
I want out.
No.
It's more likely that the next morning she says, I want out.
Yeah, you don't. But the Raisa, why can they be kinder? Do you think there's Eidim there? You mean Eid Yichud?
It's unconscious.
Eid Yichud.
The Kesef doesn't need Shtuin?
Kesef, yeah. Beer for sure not. Maybe Eid Yichud. Maybe Eid that maybe it's
So they know.
Okay. Say whatever you want.
It's not chiddush if you say al das Rishona.
Yeah.
Beer is al das Rishona. You don't have to think it then. The beer, it automatically.
No, Be'al Das Rishona just means that what you're doing now has no effect. You're not thinking about Kiddushin. It lacks the kinyan because al das Rishona. You're not thinking that you're using the biz.
Automatic. This goes on the das that he had then.
The opposite. The opposite is saying that you're not making a Kiddushin because al das Rishona he's boil. Every man is thinking about the Kiddushin he did 5 years ago. Initially, he's not thinking about making a new Kiddushin today. Rabbi Yehuda says, it's a chiddush in Rabbi Yehuda. Rabbi Yehuda says we have to be choishish that maybe the bia he has now, after she became a gedola, is actually kinder again, and memela she can't do miyun anymore.
It's one of the tools they use in dissolving weddings, so-called weddings of Jews in Russia, who left Russia and said, no, I never had a chuppah, but I was married legally to this man.
Yeah.
And they say, well, was this a real...
Did you have in mind for Kiddushin?
But was the...
We say Anan Sada.
So absolve? What do you get rid of the Kiddushin?
Yes, very often they...
How do you get rid of the Kiddushin? That what?
There were no Kiddushin.
They lived as husband and wife.
They lived in husbands and wives, but...
That's Anan Sada.
So it is Kiddushin. I don't understand.
There are some people who accept that as not having been... There have been cases where...
You mean so? And you can't find the... If you can't have the... You can't find the...
I gave...
All right. Well, Moide Rabbi Yehuda Shem Nivala. Once there's bia lacha shavia shtei saris, when she's a gdoila, shuv eino yichoyle l'mayim. Says the Gemara, Chaveroi de Rav Kahana, the friends of Rav Kahana, savu lemebad uvdo ki Rabbi Yehuda. So the friends thought to go to dance on two chasanas. Paskin like Rabbi Yehuda, that a girl that has shtei saris is not old enough in order to say you can't do me. You can go all the way until Yirbat Shachar. I don't know what that, let's call it another 5 months. And then it says, Va'afa gav de nivela. She already had bia. Now Rabbi Yehuda says, Umayde Rabbi Yehuda, that if nivela, she can't do mian anymore. They want to say half and half. I'll take half of Rabbi Yehuda at Yirbat Shachar. The other half of nivela, we're not going to go with. Omalu Rav Kahana. So Rav Kahana tells his friends, who are we talking about? The daughter of Rabbi Shmuel. We have to remember this. The daughter of Rabbi Shmuel. She wanted to perform a miyun. Unbelievable. In the time of Rabbi Shmuel, his daughter, in other words, that means automatically, where's Rabbi Shmuel? Dead. In Olam Emes. How could she want to do miyun? She can only do miyun if her father is not alive anymore. So her father is dead. He's nifter. Her mother, Mamish, married off a little girl. Mamish, like in the Gemara, that she shouldn't be a hefker. She comes to Beis HaMedrash and she says, Rabbi Sai, I hate this guy. I want out. Ubeno mukrav lag seifa. And she has a little child. Voisa yoim. It's crazy coincidence. Mamish hashgacha pratis. Oisa yoim huskuru dvarav shir b'shmal bebeis HaMedrash. I also had a crazy coincidence. I'm not going to say today. I'm going to say tomorrow. Crazy coincidence today. I go upon him. I told Mendy only. That's it. Mendy, keep it a secret. That day, you hear what's going on here? That day, in Beis Medrash, before she showed up, they were discussing Rabbi Shmuel's opinion in Miyun. Who shows up an hour later? His own daughter, with a baby. And the Gemara understands that she was already Gdoila. She's already Gdoila. In other words, she had this baby. She didn't have the baby when she was 11 years old. She had the baby when she's 15 years old or something, 13 years old. She shows up with the baby. They understood that the only way she had this baby is if she was with her husband after she was a Gdoila. Because right now, today, she's not 12. She's 13, 14, 15, whatever age she was. And she comes in, she says she heard that her father says you could do miyun and chveis forever. And that's what he really holds, her father. And she said, I want to do miyun. Okay, I'm ready to do miyun. So the Gemara, bachso bechia,
Only after she's 12 years old she can be pregnant.
Right, according to Gemara, we had that Gemara that she could only give birth. They asked Rebbe what age that girl, the daughter of Antigonus, so what's her name? Asvirus, whatever his name was. She said, until what time? You get married when you're 3, but you can only have a baby when you're 12. That's what she said. And she said no, but she's a guy, fine. Akapanim, yeah, Jews are 12, so Mela, very good. Shkoyach. You see, that's why I need you around here. I need you to come more often. You hear what he's tithing? Rav Kimchi is tithing that it's the reason it fits right in that if she has a baby on her shoulders, that means she's more than 12 years old. She could only get pregnant. She only could deliver a baby after she's 12 years old. We learned in our Masechta. Very good. Anyways, she's 12 years old, and that's what's going on here. And everybody was crying. They were crying. Why? We just learned the Mamish in the morning. His own girl, his own daughter, is not going to be able to do what he tained. And they say, anyways, it's a very sad thing. A whole miyun. She's with a baby. She's getting divorced. It's a sad situation. They cried. What does Rabbi Shmuel hold? It says by Yosaita that she was over in Avera because she wasn't caught. She wasn't nenas. It wasn't forceful. She did it willingly. And that's why Asura, that's why she's also to her husband. Hanispasa mutars. But if she was forced, she's nenas, she's mutar to her husband. But it says vihi, this soita. So the Gemara darshins, Rabbi Shmuel darshins, v'yeshlucha acheres she'af al pi shaloi nispasa mutaris. There is a situation or two in the world that you have a woman that agrees to be with her husband. She's nival over and over and over, and she's still mutar to her husband. She still could go wherever she wants. She could go out, she could go in. What's the case? Unbelievable. If a man tells his wife, I am a kohen, and he's not a kohen, kiddushi tos. They live like that for a long time. She goes out scot-free, mekach tos. And our sugya. Our sugya is easier to understand. Shava bishibno mukav al kteifa mima'enes v'yilachesla. You have the case of miyun. She was with her husband, and she could still do miyun. In other words, Rabbi Shmuel holds an amazing thing. Rabbi Shmuel holds that you can do miyun forever. He doesn't agree with this whole shnei sayros atshir shachar. You can do miyun unless there's some sort of kiddushin in between. Because Rabbi Shmuel holds that al das rishono he's boil. He never chaps. The guy never realizes that he has to be boil l'shem kedushin, and memela he's never koiner midaraisa. Even Rabbi Yehuda, who says that Shir Shachar is only saying that that we have to be choishish maybe or something like that. It's midrabana. V'nimnu v'gomru, and they made a count. They tallied up they voted in Beis Medrash. Ad Mosai Abbas Memenes Ad Shetovish Teisarois, and Memela they told Rabbi Shmuel's daughter, sorry, but you can't do miyot. Says Gemara Parush v'Ovad Uvda. I'm not sure. I guess it's is it Rav Kahana that's like Parush? What did they say over there? Rav Kahana. So Rav Kahana was telling his friends, look, in Rabbi Shmuel's time, Rabbi Shmuel's daughter, they made a count and they said not. So Mamela, his friends, Rav Kahana's friends who tried to do this trick and say that she could be Mimayin even though she was Nival, they refrained from doing so. He proved them good. So the Gemara there was a story. There was a girl that performed miyun after she was nival to her husband, after she was a g'dayla, but before Yirba HaShachar. In other words, like Shitas Rabbi Yehuda Shitas, after Shnei Sairos, all the way up to Yirba HaShachar. So she didn't have Yirba HaShachar, but she was nival. Rav Shomen Bar Abba Amor Kamed Rabbi Yochanan. So he tattled on them. He told Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yochanan Amor Kamed Rabbi Yehuda Nesiyah. Rabbi Yehuda Nesiyah is not Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, he's the grandson of Rabbi Yehuda Nasi. They call him Nesiyah. Shada Balosha Vapkua. So since he was the Nasi, he had power, he sent the cops and they took her out of there. She had no right remarrying another man. The miyun didn't work. It's not halachically correct. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'akol niyeh b'dvaroi. Omer Rav Chisda Omer Marukva Lo ishi b'hashachar mamash. This concept that we learned in the Mishnah, Yir b'hashachar, what does it mean? Elo kedei shiu shtei saros sheichvos. It's not a lot of saros. It could be two saros. But if they lay down v'niros kemish Yir b'hashachar alavan, then that's the shear. Rav Amar shtei saros hamakifos misofa l'sofa. They're long enough that they could go from edge to edge. You need pores, hair pores. If you have hair pores, then they are considered real hair. So listen to this. Now the Gemara mentions Rav Malkiyoy. I forgot what Masechta we learned it. Let's see. Where was it? In Avodah Zarah, yeah. He brings it a bunch of places, but that's why I remember from Avodah Zarah. So since they mentioned Rav Malkiyoy saying that's halacha, that what? It's gumois afal pi she'ein sa'aros. There are pores even though there are no hairs. You hear this? What's going on here? Hello, you hear? Don't catch up. Listen. If there's pores out sa'aros, that's a siman by itself. Unbelievable. Yeah. Omer Chanina v'Raviko Shapud Shvachois v'Gumois Rav Malkiyoy. Here's a chart. Beautiful. I'm very, very proud of this chart, Rabbi Isai. You have Rav Malkiyoy and you have Malkiyoy. The reason why it's like this checkerboard, it's not for color, it's not to make it cool. It's very, very geschmack. Because Rav Malkiyoy says these three things: Shapud, Shvachois, and Gumois. And Rav Malkiyoy says Beloiris, Efer, Gvina. And then the next Mandomer says, no, you got to switch these two. So Mamele goes like this: the red and is in the Mishnah. So red is in the Mishnah, blue is in the Amoira. It's Moiridik chart. You see what's going on there? Moiridik. Not Motzei Shabbos material. This happened on Friday, that I can promise you. Not enough time. Zog the Gemara, why? You're asking me, how was I able to do this on Friday? Why was I preparing on Friday? Because of Num Gimel. I have to be ahead for Num Gimel. Which, whatever, hopefully by tomorrow I'll understand Pshat. So, Shapud, Shvachois, V'Gumois. Shapud, real quickly, is the halacha that if you make a skewer on Yontif, the skewer and you eat the meat off the skewer, it's disgusting. So mele it's muktzah. Shvachos, this is a great halacha, don't tell your wives. A woman is mechuyev to do work at home. Even if she comes in with shvachos, she can't get away with it. Because we don't want her batola, maybe the shiamum, the whole thing. It's a bad thing for a woman not to have a job. The gumois is our sugya, pores. So that, all three of those is Rav Malkioi. As you saw, the Gemara brings Rav Malkioi, and because we brought Rav Malkioi, there's also halachas from Malkiah, because their names are so similar that we have to differentiate the halachas that they said. Rav Malkiah. Beloiris, there's also halacha in Avodah Zarah, that's why it's brought, I guess, over there, that if you're a barber and you're taking off the hair from a guy, and the guy likes to keep like a ponytail kind of thing, so you have to stay away from it. It's part of Avodah Zarah. What? A chub. Blurris is a chub, but over there it's in the back, I believe. So Mela, it's a tail. Not the blurris that we're familiar with. Blorit in Hebrew, yeah. So you have to stay away from it 3 fingers by 3 fingers. Aver Mikla is a halacha that you're not allowed to make a tattoo. So they would, in order to heal a wound, they would take very hot afer and they put it on the wound. The problem is, if it's dark, it could go in the wound and stay there and cause some sort of tattoo, everlasting mark, and that's awesome. Ugvina is also halacha from Avodah Zarah that the reason why you can't eat cheese from a guy is because they smear lard, chazer fat on it. Which Rabbi Schoenberg, when we learned that sugya, told us that yes, that's what they do, right, Rabbi Schoenberg? That's what he said back then? Still today. That's what he said back then.
I said that I actually watched them do it.
Oh, we learned it almost 2 years ago, and I'll remember how he said, and Adda Yom Hazeh, they do the lard. All right.
All types of hard cheese?
Rav Papa Omar. Rav Papa Omar Masnisin Masniso Rav Malkiah. If you have a Mishnah and a Braiso, it's Rav Malkiah. Shmaitzo Rav Malkiah. So you see how it goes over here. Mishnah, if it's in a Mishnah and a Braiso, it's associated with Rav Malkiah. So the red is Malkiah. So the Shvachos is in a Mishnah and the Efer is in Amoira. So you got to switch it around, he says. V'simonach masniso malkeso. Malkiah is like a malka, a prince, a princess. That's a Mishnah. A Mishnah is choshev. The Amoira is less, I guess, so that's why it's Malkiah. My benayu, ikbenayu shvachos. So the Gemara brings one nafkimina shvachos. But since the list has to be equal, 3 and 3, so if you're going to get rid of shvachos and put it in his list, then the Efer must go out and go that way. Rashi says this. Efer mikla l'Rav Malkiah, he says.
We appreciate you didn't go basketball.
Huh?
We all appreciate you didn't go to basketball on Friday.
Yishkoyach. And I appreciate that Rav Ornstein is here today. Shkoyach. Shalom Aleichem. Welcome back. We missed you. Rav Papa Omar Masnisinu Masniso Rav Malkiah. Shmaitzo Rav Malkiah. V'simorach Masniso Malkiah. My benayu benayu shvachos. Omar Rav Ashi. Omar Mazuzro Kosher Bo Rabbi Chanina Mesuro. He had a major kasha. Lo d'shtavet Tana Lashmin Gumois. I never heard a single Tana mentioned anywhere in the whole Shas, and I also don't remember anything like this, besides in Avodah Zarah. We always talk about Simonim. Where's the Gumois? Whoever mentioned pores? If you're right that Gumois is just as good as here, you don't need here, how come it's not mentioned anywhere? So Glimor Yashmin Gumois Havaminat Yu Shtei Sa'orois B'Shtei Gumois. You know what, now that I'm thinking about it, this whole sugi is also, every word here is in Avodah Zarah. This whole thing, with Eoiv and everything, Givaldik sugya. If it would say gumois without sa'ares, I would think achu shtei sa'ares b'shtei gumois. I would think you need 2 pores and 2 sa'ares. Komash malon dafilu shtei sa'ares b'guma achas. If you have 2 hairs coming out of 1 pore, it's also siman. Frag the gemaru meikik agavna. How do you have 2 hairs coming out of 1 pore? It's impossible. How do I know? V'oksiv asher b'sa'ara yishufeni. B'sa'ara over here is not a here. B'sa'ara means a sa'ara in Hebrew. It's written with a samach. A storm, a massive storm. Asher b'sa'ara yishufeni v'hir bo p'tzoy chinam. Eoy is saying, Hakadosh Baruch Hu knocked me out with a storm, and he gave me punishments for no reason. Chinam, for no reason. V'amarava Eoy b'sa'ara cherev. Eoy, he's mecharif Hakadosh Baruch Hu. He said a not nice thing to Hakadosh Baruch Hu in a storm. B'sa'ara yishivu, Hakadosh Baruch Hu answered him back in a storm. I hope this is in Rabbi Pessin's Sefer. Niddah Keneged Niddah, volume 4 just came out. I'm not joking. Sefer this big, chelik 4. How the whole Torah is Niddah Keneged Niddah. I'm sure it's in there. Huh? Is it really? I went over to him. I said, I have a raya that you're not writing another Sefer on Niddah Keneged Niddah because it's this thick. If you're writing another Sefer, you make it this thick and put the next part. And then he says, no. Since I printed it, which was 2 weeks ago, I already have 20 new pages for my new Sefer. And today in the morning when I woke up, the first thing that hit me, like when you wake up, you have this thought that you didn't think about the day before, like from your dreams or whatever. Niddah Keneged Niddah, mamish, the Niddah of the Sefer was Keneged Niddah. Is the Keneged the Niddah of the Sefer before. Because Baruch Hu paid him back, Kefil Keflayim, you got a Sefer that thick. Anyway, just the paper in that Sefer is like 100 shekel. Fight. That what? So HaKadosh Baruch Hu always does, the whole world, you see in his farm, it's like, I have like at least a shelf full of his farm. Every 3 months is another Sefer. Everything works on Niddah Keneged Niddah, including this. Eoy said it in a Sa'ara, HaKadosh Baruch Hu paid him back in a Sa'ara. That what? Omar Lefon of Rebbeinu Shalom. It's an amazing story. Shema Ruach Sa'ara Avra Lefonecho. Maybe he tells HaKadosh Baruch Hu, maybe you got knocked out by the wind. My name is very, you can make a mistake. If you just mix up the Yud and the Vav, it becomes Oyev. What am I, your enemy? You're treating me like an enemy. What did I do to you, Hashem? But you don't talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu like that. It's not a good idea. B'sar Shivu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered him back in Vayan Hashem Yemin Asar Vayoymar Shaita Shabaylam I created many hairs in a person's head. Oh, back then we had the Shaila. I remember now also. How many hairs are there in a head? 100,000, no? That's what we said then, I think. Also, 100,000. No. That's what he said.
Red is less.
Blonde is the least. Blonde is the thinnest. No, so maybe it's the most. Whatever. It goes by the age. Okay, yeah. If anybody wants, by the way, a good place to get a hair transplant, there's a guy under Yesh who's trying to tell people that you should do it because he had a lot of tzlach in Turkey. There's a guy that takes you by the hand. It's not that much money. It's like $5,000 or something. He takes you, he puts you on a plane, puts you in a hotel, takes you to the best surgeon over there, and he showed me his head. He has pictures before and after. He said, everybody's interested, like, come to me after the shir. I get a little kickback for the shir. It's 100 shekel each customer. It's good night. No, I'm just kidding. And I made everyone, let's say there's 100,000. I think it might be more. But I remember there's 100,000. 100,000 was something. I don't remember what. Maybe it was like this much is in 100,000? Because that can't be, huh? Because we were learning the whole head 100,000? Someone has to look it up right now. But each here has a pore. A person would lose his eyesight. Kodesh Baruch Hu tells him, I have so much going on in this world. There's so many intricate things, the details that go into every human head. What are you, crazy? I mixed up your name. Shem Yerachim. So at the end of the day, what's the problem? The problem is, how could the Gemara say that if there's 2 hairs out of 1 guma, it's still good? There's no such thing as 2 hairs coming out of 1 guma. Like Kashio begufa habereisha. Hakadosh Baruch Hu is talking about the head. A head of a human, 2 hairs can't come out of 1 guma, but the rest of the body it could. Omer Rabbi Yilama Shmuel shtei sor shamru afilu achas ala kaf v'achas ala beitzim. Says Shmuel that the simanim don't have to be together. They don't have to be together. There could be one in the kaf. The kaf we explained is like a piece, like the stomach bloats a little bit above the erva. V'achas al beitzim, all the way below. It seems like Shmuel holds that the simanim have to be in that area though. Just they don't have to be together. This is referring to the erva. One is on the stomach and one is completely below. Now, the Gemara says a big chiddush. I don't know if anybody knew this. You can have one hair growing from your finger or from your knuckle and one from your toe. In other words, you always thought that it's simin tachton, has to be in a certain area. No, it could be on the fingers and on the foot. Most Rishonim learn that it must be in Mokim Echad, meaning in one place, not in the Erev anywhere. One place, it has to be both on the knuckle. Some Rishonim, like the Rambam, I believe, hold that by Mokim Echad, or maybe it's the Mir, says Mokim HaMiyuchad, that it's only Be'erva. But I think most Rishonim don't learn like that. Torah Abona. Amosai Abasmi Ma'enes Ashatovish Te Saros. Divrei Meir. What? 100,000 is the number. Okay, 100,000 here is the person has.
Not anymore.
So what's the shear? Until when could a girl be mimayin? So we have machloikis in here. There, shtei sar is according to Rameir. Rabbi Yehuda Oimat Yir B'Shachar. The shear is Yir B'Shachar, and we saw in Yir B'Shachar doesn't necessarily mean Yir B'Shachar. It means even shtei saris that are laying v'chulu. Rabbi Yossi Oimer Ashetakef Torah comes like a circle. There's a circle of hair. Ben Shlokos Oimer Achet Chalkel until they lay flat. V'om Rabbi Shimon Motzani Chanino ben Chanichoi ben Chachinai b'Tzaydon v'Omar Kshato Megid to Rabbi Kiva Morloi Amosai Abbas Memenes. You have to ask him. Im Yoim Elachot Shetovish Shtei Saros and Morloi v'Aloi ben Shlokos Hein. I love this. Another Gishmak Gemara. If I anticipate he's going to say, Rabbi Kiva is going to say Shtei Saras. That's probably what he's going to say. As soon as he says that, you tell him, Ben Shloka says not like that. Okay? And you never argued with him. You admitted, you agreed that it's Atch Chalkel. First of all, I don't know what Kilkul means. Ben Shlokos any makir. I never heard of Ben Shlokos. In fact, I looked it up. Ben Shlokos this is the only time mentioned in Shas. Ben Shlokos. At Mosei Abbas Me'enes. And what is the halacha? Achetovish Teisa Orois. Don't ask me kashas. Don't bring me rights from Ben Shlokos. I don't even know who he is. Zok the Mishnah. Shtei Saris Hamuris Baparo Uben Goyim VaHamuris B'chol Mokim. You have other Shtei Saris. You have by Parah Aduma. If a parah, a red heifer has 2 black hairs, and a goyim, a tzaras is only when you have 2 white hairs. What's the shear? How long? If you can bend it over, that it meets its root. If you can grab it with your fingernail, some people say it means if you feel it in your fingernail, you run it over, you feel it. If you could cut it with the scissors, then that's the shear. What does that mean? We have a very short shear and a very long shear. Which one is it? So it depends. If you're talking about miyun, when could a girl perform miyun? Well, I'm going to give you the smallest shear. She cannot perform miyun when the tziporin can catch it. But if I'm going to ask you, when could a girl perform chalitza? Well, she has to wait all the way until you could bend it over to the root. That's a much later stage. We're going to be machmer on her and not let her do miyun until a later stage. Whatever is more chumr there.
It's longer than the scissors.
What?
That's longer than the scissors.
I'm assuming to bend the hair over. Yeah, I mean.
It's about 5 millimeters.
To bend over and scissors, it's 3 millimeters. Try it out. I mean, on your beard. No, seriously, a scissor could grab pretty small hair. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. You trim once in a while, no, like a little bit. But to take a hair and bend it over, I would say that's much harder. Haroya, says the Mishnah. Oh, now we're getting to the fun stuff. Haroya kesem. So we mentioned kesem, we know kesem. Kesem is a stain. Emidei raiso, dam is not metam a woman unless she feels it. Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about midei rabbanon. So a woman finds a stain. Now a stain, up until we know, what's the shear of dam? What's the shear of dam? A kol shu. Why you tell me gris? Because you're looking in your eye scroll. There's no shear for dam, even a kol shu. Dam niddah, ziv, all these things, no shear. Where's this gris coming in? Gris, what?
It's not allowed. So
Right. Gris.
Marcus' father-in-law, the dermatologist, told you what the whole hurricane is.
Oh, very good. He says, the dermatologist says that it could, two hairs can come out of one pore. B'zman hazeh, I didn't look it up. Baruch Hashem, somebody did for me. On the beard, where's the erva and scalp. Scalp, it could. So he says scalp, okay. Nishan atzvaim. That's the favorite saying in this Masechta. Okay. Weiter. So Araya Kesem. Now, what's this gris? Gris is a shear. It's like the size of some sort of bean. It's the size of a louse. If in those days, unfortunately, they had a lot of lice, and you could kill a louse, and you could make a mistake between a louse and dam niddah. So they said, okay, if it's bigger than a gris, then it's not a louse. It gets rid of that problem. L'chumra, to say that she is a niddah. Now, what? Two lies. Okay, that's already.
This is responsible all that.
We're not talking about mamish dirty people. We're talking about it's a little dirty, not.
Somebody told me that Chris is like the size of all that Simon.
That's a gris. You're talking about because that's what they say. If it's bigger than a shekel, then it's a shekel. All right. Zog the Mishnah. Harei kesem, arezim kul kelas. What's going on here? You have a woman who finds a stain, and she doesn't know when she saw it. She didn't check her clothing for a while. So now it can mess her up. Because let's say she put on this garment yesterday. So it could be yesterday. It could be that it happened today. But now we know, we mentioned this 100 times here, I'll prove it to you. Here, this chart. Yeah, okay. It's to say, this I brought out the older version. It's not even red, the first thing. We know that if she sees dam for the first time, she starts counting 7 days and she's a niddah. And after niddah is 11 days of ziva. But what if we don't know when she's a niddah? What if niddah happened over here and she found it over here? So now she has to go 7 days over here. She has to go into her 7th day is going to be the first day of ziva because she doesn't know. Then she sees dam. She sees 3 times dam in a row, 3 days in a row. Perhaps it's only 2 days in a row. Perhaps the first day that she saw dam, she's part of a niddah. Maybe she saw dam. She's mekulkela. She doesn't know what's going on. If she found it on day 1 and she saw it day 1, so she's a niddah 7 days, it's great. If she found it on the 2nd day, perhaps she's a niddah the day before. Perhaps she starts now. If she starts on the 2nd day, on day 2, whatever this is called, Monday, so she goes all the way into day 8. The kitzer, she doesn't know when she's a zavak dada, zavak tana. She has a major problem. This mekukelas causes us today even to be machmer like then. In other words, if you could get 7 clean days, then you could start. So that's why we're makbid on 7 clean days. Akopanim says the Mishnah Rei Kesem Reizim Kukelas. V'chosheshesh mishum zoiv. So what's going on here? If she sees a stain that's as large as 3 grisim, a little bit more than 3 grisim, then it's possible that on every day she deposited 1 gris. So she's really a zava. She's a zava g'dayla. Because what we're looking at here is 3 consecutive days of dam. And it looks like one giant thing. Depends how big it is. If it's the size of 3 grisim, we have to be chayshesh mishum zayv. Maybe in that stain, it really lays 3 days worth of dam. Yeah? Every day was one gris and a little bit. The next day was another gris and a little bit. And that's why we have 3 grisim. Divrei Rebbe Meir, the Chachamim Meirim in Beksovim Shum Zoiv. You can't be choishish that, because it's possible that it all happened in one day. Happened one day. Why should I be choishish that she's a Zovak Daila? Zog the Gemara Machachamim Rebbe Chanina ben Atik Noisi. The Sanyo Rebbe Chanina ben Atik Noimer Ksomim Ein Bohem Shum Zoiv. Okay, so it's Rebbe Chanina ben Atik Nois that matches up to Chachamim. Upaamim Shak Ksomim Mevim Deiziva. This seems obvious. What if she wore 3 different garments? And before she put them on, they were stain free. Then she found stains on them. So Mela, she has 3 stains on 3 different days. So that gives me a Zavak Daila. What if she saw 2 days? She's a regular Zavak Tana that saw, she did regular bdikas, she saw dam. But on the 3rd day, she finds dam on a beged. You can combine 1 kesem with 2 physical bedikos and make her a zavak daila. As the Gemara, if she wore 3 different garments and you say that she's considered a zava, so certainly, if you have 2 real bedikas, they're raisadik bedikas. There's no questions asked. It's real bedika. Certainly, it's only 1 chalak. It's only if 3 begadim ksamim that are the rabbanans can combine to make her a zavak daila. So why shouldn't 1 beged combine with 2 other days of real dam to make her a zavak daila? Says Gemara, Ma'od Seiма Kol Gavno. Mevia Karban V'nechal. The opposite. Of course she's a Zava. That I had no shaila that she's a Zava. She saw 3 days. Who cares that the 3rd one is a Chaluk? If 3 Chalukim, 3 garments make her a Zava, so certainly 1 Chaluk and 2 real B'dikas. The only thing is, I would think that that you eat the carbon. Because every time a woman brings a carbon, she has to bring the carbon, but you can't eat the carbon because maybe it's a Malika in Beis HaMikdash where it doesn't belong. It's a carbon Mesafik. So it could be it's an avela in Beis HaMikdash, right? If on the tzad that she's not a zava, because it's only the rabbanon, and we don't know, we're being makbid. On the tzad that she's not a zava, so she doesn't have to bring a carbon. If she doesn't have to bring a carbon, and the kohen shechted did a malika through the neck, he created an avela, not a carbon, and you can't eat that. So you have to be machmer not to eat it. But I would think that in this case, since she saw 2 real, full-fledged riyos, and the 3rd one, you hear the svara is gevaldik. Because l'maisa, she's on a, what's the word? On a what? She's on a roll. She's on a roll. She sees one riyah gevaldik, the raisa bedika, she checked her. Another day, no. And the 3rd day, it came on her clothing. So I think that it's just a continuation of the 2 riyahs that she saw. Maybe she's a full-fledged raisa zava, and he should eat the carbon. Benechal. Kamash malana. Zog the Gemara, Amar Rava, Baha Zechanu, Rebbe Chanina ben Atik Noisi Rabbanon. Rebbe Chanina beat Rabbanon. Why is it that you say that when this 3 grisim in 1 stain, we're not choishish v'ziva, damrina b'trei yom mechazite. Sorry, pachas mishloisha grisim. Pachas, that's the key word here. If it's less than 3 grisim in 1 place, you say that it's not a ziva. Why? Because you're saying that it happened in 2 days. Shloisha grisim b'mokim echad nami neima tarti upalgo megufa chazite. Maybe, listen to this. This is right up Yisachar's alley. Maybe she saw 2 grisim from her body. V'idach agav zuamo dam achoylasu. Since it smells bad, it's bad. So it's going to attract these animals. And the animal went there. And Memela, once it was there, it got crushed. And it created 3 grisim.
Really
That's what I mean.
it's really pochet mit 3 grisim.
That's what I meant. I'm just trying to be mamchish it. To picture it. Anyways.
So therefore it's less than 3 grisim.
Right. So that therefore you should think that it's, why are you metama her? There's good reason to believe that it's less than 3 grisim. The Ramah just points out, why does the Gemara have to say, Zuama, there's a smell? The Gemara always discusses about kinim and crushed lice, that maybe it's dam. So just the Gemara should say, people had lice in those days, maybe she crushed it, and it looks, and it added. So he says, no, to say that a louse just happened to be right there by the stain, and it combined to the stain and made it larger, that's already too far-fetched. But now that we have a good reason to believe why he went there, to begin with, now it makes sense that he got crushed there. There's no reason to say that there was a louse. There's enough shear to say that each day there was a gris. Let's assume that she's a zav. In one place, when I choshesh. You tell me that in 3 different places, you are choshesh ha'amris, b'shloisha chalukas in, b'shloisha mekamis loy. Seems like that in 3 places, you're not choshesh, even in 3 places. Don't make a diuk that in one place, 3 shiurim not, but in 3 different places, yes. Says the Gemara, you're right. He wasn't talking about his own sheet. He was saying in Rabbanon. Lididi b'shloisha chalukas in 3 different garments. It's considered a ziva b'shloisha mekaymes loy, but in 3 different places not. Ela lididchu oidelu miyas dehechad chazoy shloisha grisim b'mokem echad. If she saw in one place, can't you agree at least to me that she's not tamei? Stick in another kula. Say that maybe there's a louse. Say no. Since there's enough dam to say that it happened in every day, why should I be choishish for a louse? We're going to stop here. Rabbi Isai, come well caffeinated. It's geschmack sugya. That's what you need from America. We need people in America in the Sima Shas. He's talking about coffee. Shem Yerachim.
We need someone to.
Huh?